Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Essential Teas, back with another review of the Arrowverse. So, this week, there are no episodes of Flash or Arrow, just Batwoman and Supergirl. So, I only have two shows to review, so that's why the review's coming out earlier. Plus, normally I'd be waiting another day for the Flash and Arrow to come out. But I'm also thinking of making this my usual schedule. Do one review for Batwoman and Supergirl, and one for Flash and Arrow. I think it'll be easier that way for me to remember what happened in the episodes that I watched and what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, let's get right into it. Starting with Batwoman, another great episode. This one, Alice kind of took a back seat. She was there in the background, but she was definitely a secondary story in the episode. Obviously she's now teamed up with her friend Mouse, although it seems to be a bit of a strained relationship. I don't know how long he's been in Arkham. I'm not sure if we as an audience know that, but it seems like they have both changed a little bit, and he's not too happy with her new connection with Kate. So obviously they kidnap this person who works for Kate's stepmom, Catherine, and Mouse disguises as him. And I kind of got this vibe when we first learned about his powers, but especially now that they put a different face on him, he seems like a sort of version of Clayface. Like, obviously he can't shapeshift it, it's not a power himself, his power is just the voice, but still, it's giving me a lot of Clayface vibe. And so then he goes to Catherine's tech company or defense company or whatever, and is able to infiltrate it and steal this weapon, which apparently can penetrate the Batsuit. And I don't know why this thing even exists. Is it some doomsday preppers preparing to take down Batman if he ever goes bad? Or were they using it with the sole... Did they make it with the sole intention of killing Batman? Because either way, it's now being used against Batwoman. But the main story of the episode is Kate going up against the Executioner. And there was a bit of confusion around who it was. The Crows target this one person, they think they have him, and then Kate realizes that no, there's actually someone else, and he's still out there. And the Crows won't believe her, so it's kind of up to her to track him down. But eventually they do come around, and they're able to, well, stop the Executioner, but Kate's dad shot him. But yeah, so that kind of ended that. One of the bigger reveals in this episode is that Sophie is now 100% certain that Kate is Batwoman, and she is not willing to keep that a secret. She does not want to let her run around as another vigilante. Which makes sense, but also you can see why this could be problematic, considering she isn't just anyone who found out, she's someone who knows Kate. But yeah, at the end of the episode, we see that Alice and Mouse do still have this bat suit penetrating weapon, and they are plotting. I'm not sure exactly what they want it for. It's probably a contingency plan, considering Alice was saying that she's saving Kate a seat at their tea party. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. The other big reveal of this episode is that on Earth 1, Lucius Fox is dead. Now that answers some questions I had, because he is one of many people on the list of who might possibly know where Batman is, or what happened to him. But apparently he's dead. I'm not sure if they said how long ago he died, I think it would have been long enough where Batman was still around. This was before Batman disappeared. But because of the revelations that there's this corrupt trio of people in the legal system who faked all these court cases, the GCPD or whoever has said they're reopening all the cases tainted by that. So I wonder if this will be a story moving forward about looking for the man who actually, or the person who actually killed Luke's dad. Because I think that could be interesting and could shed some light on where Batman is. What happened to him. Maybe not. They probably don't want to go too far into it, but all I can think of while watching Batwoman and hearing these things is, what about Batman? Also, speaking of Batman, there were 2 references in this episode. One is they mentioned the Joker, and I think they said his alias is Jack Napier. So he has a name and everyone knows it, which is, I know, been a bit of a controversy in recent times, giving the Joker a regular, actual human identity and not just have him as the Joker. But they also, when they were looking into the methods of the death penalty in Gotham, they mentioned that one of them was briefly returned under Mayor Cobblepot. So we know that the Penguin, Oswald Cobblepot, is around here on Earth 1, and he was actually the mayor at one point. So that's just an interesting little tidbit. Next up is Supergirl. And, well, I just gotta address this. As you can see, I've switched in. I'm trying a new format because I had to do it without Flash and Arrow. I thought I was gonna cycle through some pictures, but apparently I forgot about that. So here they are. There's Executioner. Anyways, on to Supergirl. This episode really was a lot of backstory for Lena and Andrea, which I think was good. It gives us some more insight into their relationship. But it was also a little confusing at times. Like, okay, so they met at school, they were best friends, they go on this journey and to find this magical medallion, and they do find it, except Andrea takes for herself because she's been confronted by Leviathan. And that right there, kind of separate issue, is who the heck is Leviathan? Like, now they have this cave based on this short story, ancient myth about this magical medallion and alien element, and I don't know how that all ties together. Like, clearly they know about it. Why did they have to wait for Andrea to get it? Why wouldn't they use it? I don't know. And how long has Leviathan been around? Are they aliens that came with this alien element? Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of questions. More questions than answers when it comes to Leviathan in this episode, I think. But Andrea takes it and tells Lena that it wasn't there. Maybe someone got to it first. And then we find out a year later they meet in London and Lena sees that she's wearing the medallion. And so that's where their friendship kind of ends. But that... Then now this is a sidetrack to confusing flashback times. This, it said, it's 4 years ago when they've met Superman and Lex is very against him. And Lex says that they've made first contact with an alien species via Superman. And that makes it sound like Superman has just really showed up and kind of come into it. So even if, say, he's been doing it for a year and kind of more under the radar somehow, I don't know how, then that puts his exploits... Oh, sorry, that flashback was 5 years ago. That puts Superman's debut as 6 years ago. But as we know from the first episode of the first season, when Kara showed up on Earth, she was still a teenager and Superman was already Superman. But if it was only 6 years ago when he became Superman, Kara would have been much older already. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy there with the timeline, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. There, I remember to cycle through my pictures. And so we see that has kind of shaped her. Lena, like that was her big... Andrea was her person, and then she betrayed her like that. And then we actually get a more recent flashback with Lena about how not only has she just been found out that Kara is Supergirl and she's been betrayed by them, but she's still seeing Andrea. And this is when she realizes kind of that she doesn't need friends, but she can use them. So that was kind of her big inspiration moment, and I think her big twist into evil. But we also get some more Andrea flashbacks, and we see her with someone Rogers, William's friend, her boyfriend, and she is finally contacted by Leviathan. She's told how to activate the medallion, and she's sent to kill someone. And so this is kind of her start, her initiation into Leviathan. Although I'm wondering, has it ever gone more than that? Did she actually know anything that goes on, or is she just contacted and told who to kill, and that's that? And she really isn't a part of them. But anyways, so we see Rip Roar before any of that happens, and we see the only reason he ever got involved is because he found the medallion, and he would have found out about Leviathan. So the Leviathan comes there to kill him, but Andrea stops them and convinces them that he could be useful. And obviously he is useful. He works for them for a couple of years, but now he's captured and they want her to go kill him. So he'll head back to present day. She can't do anything because Supergirl is guarding him, so she asks Lena for help. And Lena does agree to give her her newfound technology to incept everyone in the DEO, except for Alex for some reason, I guess because she was far away enough. And then she put in the anti-inception earpieces, I don't know. Jean also comes there because he senses the psychic disturbance and he thinks it's his brother. And eventually Supergirl makes it there. But it's too late. Andrea escapes with Rip Roar, and no one there knows it was Andrea. But they do have one lead to go on, Leviathan. And so this is where a lot of the stuff ties together, but also raises more questions. Lena also finds out that the name of this organization is Leviathan because it's inscribed on the medallion. So that further makes me think that Leviathan is actually started, at least, by some alien species because they've got this alien metal that crash landed to Earth, and it's been there and it's made into a medallion with their name on it. But I don't know, maybe not. Although considering the show is mainly about aliens, it would make sense for them to be aliens. The other thing is, the only reason Lena ever helped Andrea is so that she could get the medallion finally, 5 years later. And Andrea does give it up, but I don't see how that ties into Lena's plan. Like, obviously she has this incepting technology now. She has a hostage Martian, and she has the memories of Eve Tessmacher, who worked for Leviathan. So I don't see how the medallion fits into that. I'm not entirely sure what her end game plan is. I had one more thought, but I can't seem to remember, so I guess that's that. I guess that's it for my review of this week's episodes, Batwoman and Supergirl. Also, I'm sure most of you know, they dropped the first trailer for Crisis on Infinite Earths. It was just a 10-second teaser, but it was still enough to get me hyped. There's a little bit of new footage, and yeah, I just can't wait for more to come. So anyways, guys, if you did enjoy the video and you could leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated, and consider subscribing. And thanks for watching. See you guys later. Peace out. Bye.